Can somebody please tell me the fucking truth? My parents obviously intended to pharmacologically abuse me, correct? They obviously did it with premeditated intentions, correct? They're fucking lying to me about everything, correct? Basically, I'm being lied to and gaslit about everything, right? That's the reality. The reality is the HIV thing, the pharmacological abuse, it was all premeditated, right? They're fucking sexual sadists and monsters behind their masks, correct? They're sadistic deceivers, correct? That's really the reality. I mean, really, the reality is I was tortured by my mother and stepfather, correct? And father, too, for that matter. Right? They were pharmacologically abusing me, correct? They were getting sexual pleasure from my suffering, correct? It's not flip a coin. It's just the fucking truth. They say they feed. Can somebody just be honest with me? Was the whole HIV thing, was the whole fucking pharmacological abuse sadistic, nefarious, premeditated? Can somebody just be honest? You know, the truth is, even if my parents, family, and friends didn't pharmacologically abuse me, even if their intentions were never nefarious with the medications, there's clearly manipulation, deception, and social games going on. It's obvious they're lying, gaslighting, and two-faced. Me, I'm like an open book who wears his heart on his sleeve. I'm honest and transparent. I want them to disclose what the hidden realities are, but what I need to accept, they just never are going to. There's clearly things going on beneath the surface. There's clearly hidden realities. There's clearly lies. And I'm like, tell me what the truth is. They just aren't going to tell me the truth. That's what I have to come to terms with. My parents, family, and friends, they're liars. They're gaslighters. Everybody is too afraid to tell me what the truth is, including my psychiatrists. Everybody is too afraid to fucking be honest with me, and it's obvious. Somebody says, take your meds. If you don't end this, you're going to end up in the psychiatric hospital. If you say so. Somebody asked me what triggered the lunch with Poppy. Somebody says, is the truth worth getting locked up for? Better to have your freedom. What do you mean? What does that mean? I want honesty and transparency. I want somebody to tell me the truth. What do you mean by is the truth worth getting locked up for? I want the truth about the past. That's what I'm protesting for. I want the truth about the past. I want them to tell me what the truth is. I'm thinking the sadistic persecutors are my mother and stepfather. Somebody says, you only want somebody to approve your delusions. The only thing you want is a confirmation of your delusional beliefs. And the truth is, nobody had nefarious intentions. Nobody wanted to pharmacologically abuse you. Nobody was giving you an HIV scare for sadistic reasons. Well, obviously, I'm blaming my mother and stepfather as if they're controllers. Are there hidden realities? Are there hidden realities or no? You know, I guess the truth is really. Oh, sorry. I guess the truth is really. Everybody's being honest with me. Everybody is being transparent with me. There is nothing to confess to. There's nothing to disclose to. There is nothing to I know my pants are falling down. I'm losing weight, guys. So he says, crack kills. Sorry, guys. That was an accident. I want you to confess. You intentionally showed off your crack. No, that was an accident, I swear. I'm losing weight. My pants are falling off me. TB says, I intentionally don't wear a belt to provoke you. No, I'm running, guys. I'm actually started running, and that's the reason I'm losing weight. Which I guess is healthy. Let me just start lifting. I'm going to tell you what triggered the emotional tsunami tonight. My father was talking about Owen Hart and the quick release. And it got me thinking, they all knew the dangers involved. They all knew he would probably die. And they made him do it anyway. It made me think everybody knew I was going to probably wind up taking HIV PrEP. And, my mother gave me dinner that looked like fucking splatter. That looked like, I went splat on the mat. Basically, they knew I was going to wind up taking HIV PrEP. They knew I was going to be traumatized. They knew I was going to feel defective and damaged. And they did it to me anyway. But I need to realize this is an ideas of reference delusion. I need to realize this is predicate logic. She just gave me some fucking stew. And catch it, check it, change it, toggle the emotional switch off. She gave me stew that looked like splatter. So he says, your mother's getting really insensitive with these references. She gave me the Owen Hart stew. So he says, do you think your brain content looks like stew? All right, guys. Do you think I should? So he says he's got a pudding head. He's got a pudding head. Pudding head. Pudding head. Pudding head. So he says, what a weird thing to theorize, much less upon for years and thousands of videos. So he says, I think you should apologize to Poppy. Guys, should I get a hard seltzer tonight? Just, yeah, get a hard seltzer. Actually, to be honest with you guys, in recent streams, I've been drinking Foster's. Not hard seltzer. I've evolved from hard seltzer to beer. So he says, drink beer. So he says, get a beer and do Cold Stone. Get a Foster's and do Cold Stone. So he says, you do well on beer. I don't think I've ever eaten moose meat, guys. Toggle my emotional switch to off. Somebody says, Fosters, is that a reference to Andrew being a foster child? Is that a reference to Andrew being Annie the foster child? Foster home? It's the hard knocks life for me. It's the hard knocks life for me. Foster the People. Did they name that band after me? Idea of reference delusion. Interestingly enough, somebody said like Death Camp for Cutie or something like that. And I started to think, did they intend to put me in a death camp in like 2005? My parents, family, and friends. And did they want to render me a vegetable mind and put me in a coma? Although Vegetable Mind is a good song, and it's an original, I think, it's very much inspired by Vegetable Man by Pink Floyd, as I'm sure you all know. It's pretty obvious. Pete says a young Tom Cruise death camp would actually be a pretty sick metal name. Horndog says, you remind me of Frodo from Lord of the Rings. Is the truth this is all schizoaffective? Is the truth that I'm delusional? Is the truth none of my parents, family, friends, nobody's rich, famous, or interesting? Is the truth I'm really delusional? Is that the truth? Somebody says the truth is you're just schizoaffective. You're a nut. Erie says the truth is your apartment is actually a studio set, and they're filming The Room too. I'm like Tommy Wiseau. Oh, hi, Mark. You are my best friend, and I love Lisa so much. Oh, hi. Everybody has betrayed me. I am sick of life. Yeah, tell me what's Johnny. Oh, hi, Mark. Pete wants to know, is skinny popcorn how I lost the weight? Well, probably, the running, but maybe it's cancer. Cans. It's either cancer, skinny pop, or running, or maybe all of the three. Maybe it's a combination of skinny popcorn, cancer, and running. Triple Jeopardy, yeah. A friend once referred to me as Andy Kaufman. He said I'm funny like Andy Kaufman. So I take that as a compliment. So Erie says, do you still scream at the gym? I've actually gotten better. I don't want to lose my membership to Planet Fitness, so I stopped screaming, tell me the truth at the gym. TB says, do you think you could run all the way to New York City? No. Erie wants to know what's the black crap on my hand. Oh, I was at art class today and I did a painting with shaving cream. The art is drying on the table at the art class. I was not home. Since it was a painting that I left it over there. I left it there overnight to dry. Somebody says, you put yourself in a death camp. What are you talking about? What you talking about, cyber bully? It's time for more Mucinex. Now leave me alone, cyberbullies. Get lost, cyberbullies. So he says, my death camp is internal, not maternal. That was some good snot. All right, now time for some Mucinex. Okay. Mucinex, maximum strength. All right. Ah, gross snot. Ah. Okay. Okay, I'm back, guys. Cyberbullying wants to know, explain how that girl could be Olivia Rodrigo. Go into detail. Well, okay. So you want to? So I have a theory that my art class buddy could be Olivia Rodrigo in disguise, and I'm starting to see her for who she actually is. But I'm starting to think Olivia Rodrigo every week in the middle of touring flies to, you know, my art class to see me because she wants to date me, and she tours on the weekends. And Olivia Rodrigo has been planning on dating me since 2019, and it's all a plan to get me to date Olivia Rodrigo. And Olivia Rodrigo is really my soulmate and the love of my life. And this is my fantasy. Somebody says, not like the movie White Chicks, because she kind of looks like Olivia Rodrigo, but yeah, I guess kind of like the movie White Chicks, where she's wearing a disguise, but also, not too much of a disguise, Yeah, yeah. I guess when I got to know her more, I still get the delusions. Could she be Olivia Rodrigo in disguise, or some pop star in disguise, or some rich person in disguise? But apparently that's not so. Apparently she's exactly who she's presenting herself as. So catch it, check it, change it, toggle the emotional switch to off. And that's the same for thinking my parents tortured me. When I get that, say Olivia Rodrigo, it's a lot easier for me to realize this friend isn't Olivia Rodrigo, because that delusion's a little absurd. So when I think my parents, pharmacologically abused me or gave me an HIV scare, it might feel real to me, but also toggle the switch to off. My friend isn't Olivia Rodrigo, and my parents didn't torture me. Catch it, check it, change it. Toggle that switch. So it says, catch it, check it, change it. Go get a Foster's or a White Claw. Go get some alcohol, Andrew. We need to have an alcohol stream with you singing in your underpants. Somebody says, I think you deserve it. You're doing a good job today. Go get some White Claw, Andrew. Ask Pika and the Sloth their opinion on the matter. Pika, Sloth, do you think I should get White Claw? No, it's unhealthy. You should avoid and abstain from alcohol. Pika and the Sloth don't think alcohol is a good idea. They think when I'm unstable tonight, I should avoid alcohol. So I'll listen to Pika and the Sloth. Somebody says, the Pika and the Sloth are goody two-shoes. Listen to the impatience and get a beer. Maybe this weekend, but not tonight. Erie says she's drinking Green Ganic Energy. That's a throwback. That's from a marketing class in college. Green Ganic Red Bull. Pete says, you actually seem uncharacteristically stable tonight. Oh, then maybe I should get it. Maybe I should get some alcohol. Somebody says, are you and your secret friend going to be uploading any more secret videos on the secret channel? The answer to your question is if she comes over and wants to, it's really up to her. I'm always down to record, though. I'm always down to record. My brain is melting. I've been rendered a vegetable, mind. My brain is fried. I've been rendered a vegetable mind. What fried my brain? The mega regimen of psychiatric medications that I took for 10 years. That rendered me a vegetable. It rendered me a vegetable mind. It fried my brain. My belly's full. Somebody wants me to sing in my underwear. Somebody says the things that made me better ruined my brain. Or maybe my running from 2005 to 2011, maybe I wasn't hydrated enough, or maybe that caused neurological damage. Maybe I could have gone into a coma. Maybe my running caused neurological damage. I don't know. She says, you ever consider cutting your hair into a mohawk? No, not really. She says, you were born with it. You were born this way. You literally rode the short bus. You were born this way, Andrew. Baby, you were born this way. If you say so, Erie, you're not a doctor. Chada wants to know, why are there images of you posing in your underwear on Facebook? Why not? Why not, Chada? Why not? Somebody says, what if Lady Gaga's Bad Romance music video and Born This Way were all references to them torturing you and pharmacologically abusing you? and turning you into a male escort and, rendering you a vegetable mind like Sid Barrett. What if Lady Gaga really was the sadistic persecutor who was responsible for your torture? I don't know. Lady Gaga was one of the people behind the conspiracy to pharmacologically abuse me. Well, born this way is sarcastic. It means I wasn't born this way. It means I was born with a healthy genius brain, but they rendered me a vegetable mind. That's the thought process. Erie says, "Why would they choose to make you an escort? Wouldn't they choose someone attractive?" Well, it was because of revenge for 20 to 25 years ago. They wanted to torture me. Um, they wanted to torture me and make my life like death camp for cutie. Just like make my life the worst life imaginable. Put me in a death camp, pharmacologically abuse me, make me feel like a complete unknown, make me feel like a zero. Is this true, or is this suspicions that I'm coming to feelings of conviction about? My parents don't communicate or say anything to me, and they'll never talk to me about 20 to 25 years ago, much like they'll never talk to me about pharmacological abuse, much like they'll never talk to me about the running years. So it's just impossible to have a communication about bad things or things that are significant or things that, really need to be addressed. They just stonewall you. They never talk about it. And it's just like, all right, I guess the conversation really should and needs to happen, but we're just not going to have this conversation. Not because I don't want it. I protest, tell me the fucking truth every day for days, weeks, months, years, decades. They just refuse to tell me the truth. So they just act like nothing happened. They just don't communicate. They just don't talk. So it's just like, okay. It's like, okay. No, it wasn't. I didn't think it would. I mean, up until recently, I didn't think what took place 20 to 25 years ago was that bad. Somebody says your thought process here is probably pretty delusional, and it's a lot of this is probably psychosis, and I don't know, guys. I don't know because nobody communicates with me. Nobody tells me anything. Nobody says anything. It's like just tell me the truth, But I guess they are. Right? I guess they are. Yeah, somebody says you're seeming uncharacteristically stable tonight. So so stop going into like conspiracy theories. Whoever brought up Lady Gaga, you should be reprimanded. That just got me going off on a delusional tangent. Somebody says, I can't remember. I'm not. Let's change the topic, guys. Let's change the topic. Let's change the topic to something a little bit. So it says, you brought up Gaga. You said born this way, Andrew. Baby, you were born this way. Put your paws up. You were born this way. You were born a vegetable mind. You were born like Sid Barrett. Somebody says, what I want to know is where does Margot Robbie fit in all this? Well, I have a suspicion. My stepsister since she looks like Margot Robbie, maybe she is Margot Robbie. But I need to realize I look like a young Tom Cruise. You could say, "Oh, Andrew's Tom Cruise." You know, it's kind of like Olivia Rodrigo. Don't believe, I know who my stepsister is. At least I know who she is. I know her name. She's not Margot Robbie. Much like my art class friend isn't Olivia Rodrigo in disguise, much like I'm not Tom Cruise, you know? So stop believing, anybody is a rich, powerful, or interesting person, because they're not. You know what I mean, guys? You know what I mean? Oh. All right. I think I'm going to pass on the alcohol tonight. I don't think that's a good idea. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow I'll get a Foster's. Foster, Andrew the foster child. I'm like Annie the foster child. Somebody says, "Do you honestly think your art class buddy looks like Olivia Rodrigo?" I do. I do think they look alike. Let's pull up pictures of Olivia Rodrigo, and let's pull up pictures of my art class buddy. Yeah, let's compare them. They do kind of look alike. You don't think so? So he says, "Don't criticize." I mean, they kind of look alike. I mean, a little bit. I'm like comparing. I'm not going to share but I'm comparing them. They look similar. They really do. I mean, so he says, "Nah, they look nothing alike." All right, fair enough. If you say so. If you say so. let's get. If you say so, guys, they do resemble each other, but they're definitely not the same person. Somebody said, so he says, "Nah, man, they look nothing alike." All right, if you say so, guys. If you say so. Oh, so did you guys hear what happened with me and Poppy today? How we fought? We were like 85% of the way to the Chinese restaurant. We're going to get like one of these Chinese, buffets and with the hibachi grill, and we were going to go there. We're like 85% of the way there. I'm like, all right, just turn the car around. Just yeah. I'm like, just take me the fuck home. Enough. And it just didn't happen. I was thinking he was lying to me. He was getting pleasure from my suffering. There were hidden realities. I'm like, just drop me the fuck home here. No, it didn't get physical. I just said just take. I guess the delusions got the best of me. I was hungry. I wanted to eat the food. The food wasn't the problem. The problem was the delusions made me want to go home and not be around Poppy. No, there was a reason. He was making like Owen Hart references. He had like patches on his jeans that made it look like he broke both my legs, and I don't know. There were other things that kind of every time I'm around Poppy, we fight. I accuse him of lying and gaslighting me and deceiving me. It's just like I can't be around him, you know. No, he did break my legs through pharmacological abuse. It just doesn't fucking matter. It just doesn't matter, guys. Somebody says, Chiba says, you can't be around anyone, it seems, Andrew. He didn't do anything. You were just getting delusional. Somebody says, metaphorically broke my legs, but really my mind. Vegan doll says, do you think maybe your delusions escalated because he's sick and it stresses you out? Maybe he's a little bit more irritable because he's sick. My mother even confirmed and corroborated that. And maybe when he's irritable with me, it gets me delusional at him. It's only to be expected. You know, nobody's going to be happy about a cancer diagnosis. But my mother even acknowledged, he was getting really irritable at her too, and he's really, and frankly, when somebody's, it's just yeah. I guess I'll apologize to him, and maybe I'll have a nice day with him tomorrow. Yeah. So he says your father is very forgiving. So he says you are very lucky. You're very lucky how forgiving your mother and father are. Yeah. I'm really lucky. My mother and father are so forgiving. So at the art class today, I was working with shaving cream and paint, and I accidentally got some paint on the carpet. It was watercolors, and it kind of stained the carpet a little bit. I'm like, shit. So I was going to use some like cleaner on the carpet, but I sprayed my water bottle on the ground and I wiped it up with a paper towel, and it seemed to come out. It wasn't too bad, but I was like, ah, shit, I got fucking paint on the carpet. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, guys? TV says, will they regulate you to only crayons if you make a mess? If you continue to make a mess? I don't know, guys. I don't know. I hope not. I hope not. I want to continue to participate in the activities. Maybe they'll regulate me to only crayons and markers. Uh, all right, shake. All right, guys. Should I? Should I end this live stream? I've gone live for about an hour now. I've gone live for about an hour now. It's only been 45 minutes. Let me call my father. Well, yeah, cool. Oh, wasn't there an episode of The Simpsons where Homer Simpson put a crayon up his nose and it made him lose his intelligence? And he had a crayon in his brain. I remember that. So he says, "Call Poppy. Call your father. Call your father." TV says, maybe I should get a brain scan. It might explain some things. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe you put a crayon up your nose, TV. I don't know. Am I nervous? No, not really. I'm not nervous. I ain't nervous. I'm just running out of things to talk about. I've talked about it all. I've said it all tonight. So on that note, guys, I think I'm going to peace out here. All right, peace out, guys. Adios, amigos and amigas. I'll talk to you all again soon. Adios. Later, dudes.